Yeah. Up with a vision, it's Professor Bear's day. Ruling the game, coming hard, paving his way. Thoughtful and smart, yeah, the wisdom of man. In a world full of shadows, he's breaking the cap. Lighting up knowledge, hear the people cheer. With every step forward, he's shifting the gears. Professor Bear, yeah, he's claiming his state. With the power of wisdom, watch the ground shake. No mountain too high, no challenge too tough. When you roll with the bear, you know it's
beginnings on the cusp. Not too old to adjust. Old dog, new tricks. Remember, I was just a pup. Something dirty in my cup. Clean soul, good.
Wrestling Society Network. History, heart, and two paws up, baby. This is a Bear's Thoughts, breaking down the legends, the stories that shaped the squared circle. Professor Bear, old school wrestling, like you ain't never heard before. Hosted by the man with more knowledge than steel cages got steel. Only on the Wrestling Society Network.
Welcome, and thank you for joining me today. I am Professor Bear, and this is a Bear's Thought. Guys, girls, thank you for joining me today. I mean, it is such a amazing, special day for the professor. I hope that you like the new intro. I hope that you like the little tease that I put out on Friday of it, or it was Saturday. I can't remember. And, it is something that I felt like this occasion called for a new look. As you can tell, got my new forestry background. I hope you like it. Well, today is special because this is my 1-year anniversary of doing the Bear's Thought. And what's crazy about it, I didn't think I would be doing a solo podcast. It is crazy. I just felt like I got things to say. There are so many people out there I would love to interview. So I didn't think I could carry it by myself. But obviously, after a year, I'm doing pretty decent, I would say. So, yeah, this is something that I wanted to talk about. There will be guests tonight. The guests, though, are going to be different. I brought back the link. Yes, I brought back the link so you can come on the show. If you click on the link, come on the show, we can have a discussion. You can ask me questions about the state of wrestling now. Whatever you want to ask, I will give you my honest opinion. And I'm looking forward to, man, thank you, Josh. Thank you. I appreciate you. I'm looking forward to the next year. I got some big plans ahead. If you don't know, in January, I am having a podcasters appreciation month, all in January. What's going to happen is I'm going to have other content creators on here, podcasters, and we're going to find out about them, how they started their wrestling journey, how they started their podcast, and what makes their podcast different from any other ones that are out there. Maybe y'all will find another podcast that you really like, and hopefully you become a fan of theirs, and hopefully some of their fans will become a fan of mine. But I feel like we needed to be recognized and to be celebrated because, man, there's so much negativity out there, and that's from wrestling companies, wrestling fans, podcasters, life in general. And your professor believes in giving people their flowers. So because you have a podcast, I'm supposed to hate on it? Nah. I am about celebrating. I'm about, we can unite, do something together. I want the best for wrestling. And it's one thing that I've heard all my life about wrestling. Make sure that wrestling is in a better spot than you found it. And I'm going to do my best on trying to make it better. Now, it's one of those things that if you really think about it, it's really not that hard to be kind. It's not. Look, I'm not going to sit here and pull your leg and BS with you like, oh, every podcaster is great. There are some out there that I necessarily don't care for, but I'm willing to let bygones be bygones. I'm willing to try my best to be a human being an adult. And man, if you want to come on, reach out to me. If you would like me on your show, man, reach out to me. I'm down for collaborations. Now, again, there are some podcasters and people that I don't see eye to eye with. But I'm not here to down them, talk bad about them, because again, there's enough negativity and stuff out in this world. Plus, I feel like you can see in their work that they're really not that great. But again, who am I? Am I the police of podcasting? No, I'm not. I'm just a fan that got blessed to be in the position I am. So I want to give back and do the things that should be done. Wrestling is supposed to be fun, and it's supposed to help you forget about your problems. And that's what I'm here to do. I'm trying to do things to help you and me as fans enjoy the product. Now, with all that being said, let me start off by what I saw last night. Last night, I had a great time going to a local promotion that's here in my hometown of Knoxville, Tennessee. And this was the first time I got to go to this promotion. Now, every time I said I'm going to go to an event, it seemed like something came up. But this time I actually went, and I was so glad that I was able to go, and I got to meet some of the wrestlers. Let me give a quick shout out to Aaron. Man, thank you for inviting me to New Generation Wrestling. The matches were great. They put on such an amazing show. But on top of all that, I got to see a gentleman. Well, actually, I got to see two gentlemen that are really known, I would say, in the Southeast market. And one of the gentlemen, after the match, they wrestled each other. And afterwards, unbeknown to, I think, all of us that were in the building, this gentleman decided to end his 25-year career with wrestling. And it came as a shock, I think, not only to every one of the fans in the arena. I was definitely shocked because I have seen him on so many different shows and formats, and this was my first time seeing him live. And unfortunately, he, like I said, he's retired. Shane Andrews, sir, if you get to check this out, I have followed you from different promotions. For me, I always judge a heel as if you can make me legitimately mad, you irritate me, you make it where I want to punch you in the face. You're doing your job, you're doing it damn good. And it's been many a times I've seen you wrestle. You're a phenomenal wrestler. You were arrogant, you talk shit, and I just wanted to punch you in the face. So that meant that you were doing your job very well. I hope that we get a chance to bring you on the show and have a conversation about your long, illustrious career. And I think that the fans would love to hear everything that has went on in your career, what you loved about it, what were some of the lows, the championships you won. Just again, if you see this, sir, and I have reached out to you, we will make something work. I'm even down to even do a documentary style interview with you where we can break it up into a few different episodes because you have such a long career. I don't want to rush you talking, and I don't want to miss anything that you feel is very important. So congratulations. Thank you again so much for your wonderful, wonderful work. And it was so amazing. Now his opponent, Menace, oh my goodness, he is an amazing, amazing athlete. Again, which, man, they make me feel old. They've had 25 years in the business. And it's like 25 years? Man, I'm still going off of what different things in the 80s I used to watch and enjoy, and some of the kind of memories I have of the 70s. So, it's crazy to me that it's went so fast. I never thought I would be doing this. I never thought that I would get a chance to be a part of the wrestling business, the wrestling, just to be able to talk to different wrestlers, to talk to different promoters, to talk to so many young athletes that are doing this because of passion. Again, I always tell you to support your indie wrestling company. They are putting their blood, sweat, and tears to trying to live out their dream, live out our dreams through them. So man, that's why I do the interviews I do. I really enjoy having these young athletes on to be able to talk about what they did to get into the sport, who influenced them, what they're doing now, where we can follow them, where we become fans and we can support them. It's such an amazing thing to be given a chance. I was given a chance, and I want to spread my blessings by giving others a chance. That's why I try to talk to referees, talk to the announcers, talk to valets, to managers, to people who take the pictures, people who help set up the rings. If you're in the wrestling business, I'm with you. I want to give you your flowers. I want you to be able to come to tell your story. I want people to understand you and enjoy everything that you do. And again, to give you your flowers, because if it wasn't for the things that you do, a lot of us would not be able to watch wrestling or get away from this crazy business. And again, I want people to understand that it's not all about money for a lot of the athletes or the people that's doing whatever in wrestling. It's the passion, it's the love, it's the grit, it's the grind. I mean, yes, most people want to be in WWE, AEW, the bigger promotions, but there are some that are just happy and thrilled by doing the runs that they're doing in the indie promotions. And think about this, guys and girls. How many wrestlers we seen into these Hall of Fames, right? To the WWE Hall of Fame. And they're all the big names. You know, the Hogans, the Macho Mans, the Dusty Rhodes, the NWOs, the Ric Flairs, on and on and on. But what about the jobbers, the guys and girls that are helping to make these superstars look like $1 million? They don't get their just dues. It's hard to have a lot of people sit down and be able to tell who wrestled Ric Flair on the hell in 86 on TBS, because we don't remember that person. The only thing we remember is, woo, Nature Boy. So my point is, how many people remember the Mulkey brothers? I mean, look at where Jeff and Matt started at, and look where they ascended to. There are so many people who didn't get the chance, or they didn't see anything in them, the promoters, I mean. And there's so many different people out there that didn't get their chance. But if it wasn't for their hard work of helping guys and girls be these superstars, we wouldn't be able to see them. So again, be respectful. Be respectful. You know, you see somebody out, again, I'm a big fan of so many different wrestlers. I try to be very respectful. If I see you out in public, if I think you're with your family, I'm going to try I'm going to not bother you. If I see that you're maybe open for me just to say something to you real quick, I do that. But I'm not trying to disturb you because I know you don't have a lot of time and maybe you're having a bad day. So sometimes we as fans need to think about how these wrestlers are. Again, I get it. Like if I saw Samoa Joe, he's one of my favorites. My instinct is gonna want to run up to him and, hey, Joe, man, you're one of my favorite. Blah blah blah. Hey man, come on my show. But how many people do that to them? So again, I get it. And this may be your only chance to be able to tell your favorite wrestler how you feel, or you just decided you wish you could take a picture. But, be mindful. Definitely be mindful. Man, this weekend of wrestling was bonkers. Like, I didn't know TNA had an event Friday night. Ring of Honor had an event, which I watched fully. Of course, SmackDown. Then come Saturday, you got Collision, of course, but then NXT had their pay-per-view. Yes, I call it a pay-per-view. I'm not calling it a premium live event. It's silly. That's one of my old man things. Like when I see kids run across my yard, if you don't get your ass off my grass, you don't want the bird on your ass. Now I'm nice to kids. So, but this whole weekend was filled with wrestling for me. And one of the first times I didn't feel like I was overwhelmed. I got to watch most of it. Man, here's somebody from, let me start with, I'm going to start with WWE first. Gunther beat Yale. They beat, I was going to call Mr. Kennedy, Jesus. LA Knight. I think it was a great move. It was very exciting. But now where does LA Knight go? I feel like WWE missed the ball with him. I would be surprised if he wins a world heavyweight championship. I really would be. I'd be very surprised if he wins the WWE title. The Terror Twins are going to be back together this Friday, and that's going to be exciting. But I know a lot of people are going to get on me for saying this because I shouldn't be this critical over something that WWE shows they don't even care about. But what in the hell happened to brand warfare? What happened? Now you just see people show up on other shows, just no real reason. They don't even make a big deal of it anymore. I mean, they just show up. Whatever. Continue with WWE. I'm looking so forward to Obafemi versus Cody Rhodes. I think the WWE has a good chance of knocking it out the park if they do the right thing with this. I think they could set up for two major things if they do the right thing. Now, for me, the right thing is Oba's got to win. And not just win, he needs to win cleanly. I think you will put a rocket on his back for all the people that do not follow NXT. That will immediately give him credibility. Then it will make people want to see more of him. So they may start looking at a little more of that. Then with Cody, I think this is the time to start doing the heel turn. Cody needs the heel turn, not only for himself and for the fans, but if they want to do this Roman and Cody 3, they need to switch it up. And Cody needs to be a heel. So let's talk about TNA and their pay-per-view. I caught some of it. TNA always put on very good events. The problem I have is this TNA versus NXT thing. So NXT sent people over to invade TNA when it was vice versa, and TNA sent people, it was their big names. You rarely had a, pardon my French, because this is just one of the terms we use. I do not mean any disrespect by it, but they did not send their lower tier talent. They didn't send their jobbers. And TNA did not get the same from NXT. NXT, I think, has made TNA look incredibly weak at every opportunity. Besides the one thing that they got back, and that's when Dark State got their tag titles back off the Hardys. But I think it's a big issue because they continuously make TNA look like the weak brand. I've said this many times. I said it when Joe Hendry popped up at WrestleMania and Orton squashed him. Now, I've had many people tell me, but Bear, it gave them a spotlight. Now people know that TNA exists. That yeah. I understood the mechanics behind it, but you squashed the world heavyweight champion. It made them look so pathetic in my book. And to this day, they still look like the less than brand. Now, if let's go over to AAA, which WWE owns. Again, no disrespect to the Garzas. They are amazing talent, and they do not get enough love in WWE. But how am I supposed to feel like AAA is a good brand when you have the Garza immediately go over there and take the tag titles? How am I supposed to feel that AAA is a good brand when Dominic took their title? How am I supposed to feel that AAA is a good product when you got the mixed tag team champions of Chelsea Green and Ethan Page? You cannot continuously take the brand that you're feuding with titles. It cheapens them. It makes them look weak. Now that's just Professor Bear's thought on things. Guys, girls, if you click on the link, we can have a conversation. I would love to know what you feel about the changes I've made. I would love to answer any questions. I would love for you all to just tell me how you feel about anything. Now, let's talk about Ring of Honor. Love Ring of Honor. I think their pay-per-views are always amazing. Now, of course, the problem lies in no television shows. A lot of people would just not pay the $9.99 a month for their streaming service. No disrespect to them. I used to, but man, I got life. and I could do something else with that $10. Now, with that being said, the three major points I want to talk about their pay-per-view is one, Mercedes Moné took on Red Velvet, and that was a rematch for the ROH television women's title. Lo and behold, Red Velvet won and pinned Moné. For everybody that is so tired of Moné, this is what all of this is built to. It's her helping to make people that much stronger. Do you not realize on how much buzz that Red Velvet is going to get off of beating Mercedes for a championship? And the match was tremendous. I get it. Sometimes people wear out gimmicks and stuff, but I'm invested to see how many more times she loses and puts over people. Again, you may not like her personality, but her in-ring work is impeccable. Impeccable. So, number 2, Bandito. Bandito is an amazing champion. Amazing. That 6-way was amazing. They did such an amazing job with it. And I love the creativity that ROH has always had. And their spots going on. Joe Monroe, what's going on, my brother? What's going on? So I really enjoyed the match. It was super awesome. I want more of it. I want RH to get a streaming deal or on some network. Please, please, come on, somebody. I am begging you. Get them on TV in 2026. Please. And last but definitely not least, how many times do I have to say this? I love Rhea Ripley. I love Timeless Tony Storm. I love Bianca Belair. But nobody, and I mean nobody, does what Athena does. The ROH Forever Women's Champion. Damn it, she should have been number one. Her work, her matches are always creative. It's more exciting. Even when she is not at 100%, she puts on a great performance. And a lot of people do not know her work because ROH does not have a television show. They don't have a network show. Please, Tony Khan, Tony, I am begging you, find them a platform so more people can see it. Please, please, sir. Anyway, wrestling, I'm going to talk about my start to where we are now. I first thought of this concept where I could just interview people and talk about different subjects that I wanted to talk about. And it was going for a little while. Then I felt like I was not getting the results I wanted. Now, a lot of it had to do with me not doing enough research and due diligence to make a lot of things more exciting. And I recognize that. So then I realized I was doing one here, one there. I started off on Tuesdays, I believe. Then I went to Wednesdays. Then I wasn't consistent. And so, how will people be able to follow me and enjoy my show if I don't put out a consistent product? So I decided I'm gonna do a consistent product. And I had producers that were producing the shows. Well, then ran into another issue that my different producers had their own thing going on. And it was like, okay, I want to do this on this day. Well, I couldn't get a producer, so I had to postpone it or change it. So then I think it started in, I want to say June. I started booking more people. And like I said, having the issues with the producers, and let me make this perfectly clear. There's no beef with any of the producers. All of them been super great to me, and I thank you all because all of y'all helped me get to the position I am now. So thank y'all for that. And thank y'all for being real with me too. So then, started getting these bookings. It's like, cool, but I got to have a producer. Or why can't I do it myself? I'm not smarter than the average bear. I don't want no gimmick infringements, but I'm a pretty decent, halfway intelligent person. So I was like, okay, I've pretty much seen what they did. I'm gonna do it too. I can do this. If I want to set dates, then I got to be consistent with my guests. So okay, start doing that, and was just doing once a week. Then I got happy and was like, oh, I'm gonna book these people. And it's like, ooh, I already booked the month. Now I'm gonna do it another day. I do it 2 days a week. Well, then, man, I'm getting all these people. Okay, so and I'm not consistent on my days, so I need to get consistent with my days and time. But then, with that being said, man, I want to work around my guest schedules. Man, I'm getting big opportunities, and I hate to have to miss out because I couldn't be flexible. I couldn't change my day or the time. And I'm in a position where I have a super flexible schedule. So, hey, I'm going to do that. And then it's like, wow, I'm not being consistent for my fans. And they don't know what day I'm going to be on. And I don't know what time. Yes, you're right, Derek. I could do that. But at the time, I didn't know how to pre-record. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna be flexible. Then what happened? It was like, you know what? Holy crap! I'm looking at some of my views. I'm like, wow, people actually are finding these. I'm not oversaturating the market with a Bears thought, which was another one of my fears. It, I didn't want it where y'all just got tired of seeing my face. To me, somewhat less stressful, but sometimes it's actually more stressful, to be honest with you. Um, I thought to myself, I don't want to oversaturate the market. I don't want to make y'all tired of me. But then I started noticing my numbers and people commenting, and I thought to myself, man, they must enjoy it. Then I tried to make sure I advertised the week of to let you know what guests are coming on, what time. Then I ran into another problem. Guests that I set up, they say they're going to do it. Then they blow me off. And it's like, I look bad because I said I'm going to go on this day, this time with this guest, and I don't have anything. So it's like now I got to try to rush to find somebody or get on and talk. And I didn't want to feel like I'm just rambling. I didn't have any thought process of what to do in case. So I would not just do it. So sometimes I'll be like, guys, I'm sorry. Then I stop even saying that. And so I got it in my head that my true fans will find me. Even if you don't see me live, you have ways to go back and watch the shows. Or luckily enough, to listen to the shows. We got the stream account, not stream Spotify account. And we put out our podcast in audio forms too. Now, with that being said, I'm behind. It's on me. I apologize, but I do update them and get them going. But I realize that you, the fans, actually enjoy my shows. You enjoy what I do. And I don't want to prive y'all of that. I don't want to prive a guest that may not have done a podcast. This is something big for them. I don't want to deprive them of that chance either. So that's why I hadn't set a date of a consistent day. That's why I never set a time. I try to be flexible with my guests. Now, of course, Dirk said I always could tape and then play it later. But I've gotten so many people that it's like, I'd rather do it live and let y'all enjoy it live if y'all are able to catch it. I appreciate that, Derek. And man, we would definitely talk about some things. Yes, they do. You're right about that. That does help have one in the can. And maybe I will get more like that in 2026. I'm trying to get more views. I'm trying to get more guests. Like I said, January is going to be crazy. When I tell you I'm going to have different podcasts on my show, I am. And when I tell you, you thought it was bad of the way I ran before, January and February is crazy. January with the podcasters, I will be doing Monday through Fridays. I may do 2 a day. I may do 3 a day. Hell, I may do 4. But what I will become better at is, again, putting out schedules. I will be doing these live. I will be have fun with it. And like I say, January, and it's going to start on the 3rd, I believe. Let me check calendars. Yes, I do have a calendar, and I try to keep up with my stuff. It is starting January the 2nd. We're going January 2nd to January 30th. And we're going to have some great guests. Great guests. Again, you may not be able to tune in live, but hey, if you check and you can always pull it up on WSN on YouTube. If you go to our website, they're updated there. Again, it's going to be a crazy, crazy month. And I listen to you fans. I listen to my fans, and I ask ideas that I have in my head. I said, we're giving love to the other podcasters. Let's give love to the promotions. So in February, we're doing the same thing, but it's the promotion appreciation month. And yes, I'm going Monday through Fridays on them also. I want y'all to see different promotions, to hear about different promotions, where you can watch different promotions, because we're in a great time in wrestling where we can see so many different independent shows that's not only in promotions here in your local town, but across the US. Hell, I even got promotions from the UK. I got a promotion from Australia. We're going to talk, and you get to learn about what made the promoters decide to do a promotion. What's their formula? When did they become a wrestling fan? Why watch their promotion? This is so much great content that I think that you as fans will love, and that we gonna get a lot of great information out of. So I'm definitely, of course, I'm going to be pausing any individual interviews for 2 months, but I'm going to be running consistently. Um, or, unless something happens that, no matter what goes on, life is life, things come up. Maybe I get sick. You never know, but we'll deal with it then. But I want to thank you all. I want to thank y'all for making a guy who felt like he couldn't do this do it. I want to thank y'all for being accepting of me. Again, a lot of people, I've heard a lot of different things about my commentary style. I've heard a lot of different things about what I do. I'm always try to be honest with y'all. I hate my voice. I hate it. I hate listening to my voice. But from what I've heard, most people do. But I've got to do so much in this little time frame. And I never thought I got to talk to legends. I mean, Ahmed Johnson, Bull Buchanan, Ricky Morton, uh, Ron Fuller, uh, Downtown Bruno. I've got to talk to legends that I never thought would be possible. I got to talk to the current the current NWA World Heavyweight Champion, Silas Mason. I got to make and meet many of fans of mine that again, it still blows my mind that I have fans out there. I have a particular fan that it seems like every wrestling local show that I go to, he's there. Seems like a bigger fan than I am. And I wish I would have caught your name. I'm bad with names, but I want to give you a shout out because everywhere I show up, you're generally there. You always come speak. You tell me how much you enjoy my show, and I appreciate you. Um, I pre- I appreciate the promoters who give me a chance to talk with them, to do business with them, to let me help promote their brand. Um, they let me talk. They look out for me. I, I don't show up for a while, then I show up. Man, where you been? How you doing? You okay? Everything good? And man, that means the world to me. It's like I'm a part of that company as much as any of the wrestlers, any of the referees, the any of the talent. They make me feel like a part of the business. Um, man, American Dump Truck, man, don't you ever think I'm gonna forget you, my friend. For you, this man gave up a paying gig to induct me into a Hall of Fame. And he didn't want anything. He was just honored that I asked him. If that doesn't tell you the level of respect that that man has for me and I for him, man, I again never thought I would be anywhere close to a Hall of Fame. That just crazy in itself. Never thought I would be in a wrestling ring. I never thought I would be part of an angle for a wrestling show. Never thought I would be in a steel cage. It's so much of a dream that I've gotten to live out because of all these great people a part of all these different promotions and territories that I want to thank y'all all. 2026 is going to be a phenomenal year. We at the Wrestling Society Network, we have plans to become bigger, to do bigger things. I know for the ones who are wondering, the network is still down, but hopefully we will have it back up sometime in January. That's what we're shooting for. I said December, but you know, things come up, don't go the way you anticipate, but we are definitely shooting for January. Again, thank you all for letting this big grizzly bear do his thing, have fun, interview people, and give so many a chance that so many people gave me and are giving me. I truly want to thank y'all. And I would be I'll be amiss if I don't mention my beautiful wife, who, if it wasn't for her pushing me, I wouldn't be doing this right now. As much as I have fun and do things, sometimes I don't think that much of myself. And my wife definitely put her foot in my butt to do this and to do it well. So, baby, I love you. Thank you for the support and for being there for every little thing and all the big things. Thank you. I love you. Got to give a quick shout out to the WSN. The team is just amazing people that I get to work with, to get to sit around and us think of good concepts, to have fun, to enjoy ourselves, to try to make you enjoy us, to get to live our dreams out. Brock's Boulder, Sat, Mike D, Mike V, shit, Amy, and to the originals, Tevin, Gavin, Clayton, and last but definitely not least, the man who's created Ideal It Was and constant positive vibes that keep WSN going and make us have a vision for the future. Brady Owens, thank you for the trust. Thank you for the motivation. Thank you for just being a brother. I love and appreciate everyone a part of our family. Also want to give 2 quick shout outs to my son and daughter who support me, encourage me, and when I need a swift kick in the butt, they're there to do that too. And especially my daughter, because you would not have Professor Bear if it wasn't for her giving permission that the world could call me Bear. So thank you, Cub. And the original Cub, my son, thank you for being you. And again, just that support and motivation. Well, guys, girls, I've taken up enough of y'all time. Tomorrow we'll be back at it. We're gonna have, I believe, 2 interviews. Yep, we got 2 interviews tomorrow. Wednesday we got 2. Thursday we have 2, and Friday we have 1. And unless some things change, because they can, Professor Bear will be taking basically a 3-week vacation, unless I get some special guests that I got to do quick interviews with. But we definitely going to take some time out, get some rest, get some relaxation, so we can have the motivation, the energy, the grit to get through January and February with all this. As Jay Uso would say, we're going to be running it back. Yes, we indeed. So, with that being said, as I always say, support local independent wrestling. Thank you for being my Forest family. And remember, 2 paws up, and we're gone. Y'all enjoy it.